Incels.
Strip that community
Touch
away.
grass, okay? Go outside and touch grass.
Amore mio, non hai visto questo.
I let my hair down figuratively, not literally, because I've got none.
If you told me I couldn't do something, I was finding a way. Smoking, alcohol, pirating films. We've all done it. No one can judge me.
I was looking fire. The titties were titting right. The hair was slicked back.
I was on my hands and knees. I actually deserve an award
We do not kink shame.
for this.
Long story short, I'm in love. Welcome to episode 11 of the Woke Hotline Podcast.
Hello.
Hello. I'm Feyisola.
And I'm Zelah.
And we are the Woke Hotline. Don't know why I said it again, but there we are. I can't. We're back from holiday. We are rested, kind of.
Yeah, no, I don't feel rested.
I don't feel rested at all.
I'm not a vacationer. Like when people are like,
Vacation? Are you American?
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like when people are like, oh, how are your holidays? I'm always like, I'm going to sound like a snooty little bastard here. I'm a traveller.
Yep.
And I know people cringe, but I am. And whenever me and Francesca go away, and you've got a good insight into this now because I made the itinerary for this, it's not much relaxing.
You know the little boy who's like, they're like, oh, he's sitting on the bus and they're like, how are you doing? He's like, I'm fine. That's how I feel right now. I am the little boy. I want to cry. I might burst out crying at any one moment. I'm dressed as an adult toddler and I'm not sure how I feel. I'm drained as hell. I've been away for 2 weeks. I'm not complaining, but I'm so exhausted.
Yeah, to be fair, Feyisola had a holiday before our holiday and she went to Paris to a festival.
I went to a festival.
And by the time she got to us, she looked broken. And I realised we haven't even explained where we went. So
let's start.
We went to Sicily in Italy.
Wait, highlights?
Highlights? Yeah, we'll get to that. But I've got to give them the context.
Oh yeah, give us context.
Yeah. We went to Sicily with Cameron and Tasia, who are on Big Brother with us, for anyone who watched Big Brother. And yeah, it was lit. It was great.
It was good.
It was good. It was, oh my
Maybe
God.
Maybe a bit too good. It was a lot of fun was had. The drinks were drunk. The food was fooded.
The food was eaten.
The food was eaten.
Except for Feyisola because she was gluten-free in Italy. But anyway.
In all fairness, shout out Sicily because I didn't struggle apart from the one time they glutened me.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to see that picture, I'll send it to you. It's not good. It's
me running back to the Airbnb to find Buscapan.
Like, get me a Buscapan now and any other tablets you can find. Oh my God.
But other than that, so we'll get into highlights. And obviously I assume we're going to each pick one from the trip.
What was your highlight, Zelah?
My highlight was, so the second day, we were in, so for context, we did 2 different parts of Sicily. We did Catania then Palermo. So in the Catania part, we did like a little side day quest to this little village called Taormina. Now, for anyone who's been there, you'll know, it's built on a hill.
Yes.
So we get out the train station and we had a half an hour hike essentially up a hill. But Feyisola and Tasia just didn't get the memo.
Can I give context here? I knew Taormina was the place where White Lotus was set, okay? Yep. If you don't know, get to know. So I knew White Lotus was set there. Now I know that Jennifer Coolidge wore heels the whole time. I know a lot of the girls wore heels the whole time. They're walking, they're talking. Yes, I now realize it wasn't set in just one place. However, the context wasn't given to me. I was like, it's going to be our sassy day. Dress up, look cute.
In my defense, this was Cameron Day.
It was Cameron Day.
I was doing the itinerary and we decided that this day Cameron was going to be in charge. But Cameron didn't give you a pre-warning.
Cameron did not warn me. Me and Tasia were in heels.
And so we hiked up. When I say, like, this was a full-on trek. It was a full-on trek. I was in Skechers. And I'm walking up the hill. I don't give that face because...
grandma you are.
And I was fine. But like, Tasia and Feyisola are hiking up this hill in heels. It's proof that a woman can do anything, but she can do it in heels. Because that was insane.
It was impressive.
That was fucking impressive. I mean, I thought Tasia was going to throw me off that hill.
Same. There was one point... I found water, and I kid you not. And I know this is very first world. Come for me, your dad's not me. There was one, I walked past a hotel and I saw water just, it was like a mirage. You know, like when you go to a really fancy hotel and they've got the water dispenser and it's filled with ice and lemons and herbs. I don't know why it's got herbs in it. And cucumber and all this good stuff. And I walked in, dripping of sweat. Hello. I couldn't even try and speak Italian at this point. Can I please have some water? I was like,
Please take it, get out of my
establishment. I just walked out with like cups full of water. And as the guys got over to me, I was just like throwing water at them. It was like, we just finished a marathon and we're halfway up at that point.
I missed this bit because they sent me up ahead. And they were like, so we were going
You look too happy, go up.
Yeah, they were like, go ahead, queue up for the restaurant. We don't want to see you. I was having a great time. See, I loved it.
Had I not been, because I like to hike and people are going to come through like, oh, I thought you like to hike. I love to hike, okay?
Not in heels.
Not in heels and not
degrees.
in a scantily clad outfit. It was like 9 a.m, but it was 34 degrees maybe at this point.
And in fairness, like we were all heavily hungover.
We were hungover. There was it wasn't just heat. Like it wasn't UK heat. This was like blazing down heat. There was no shade, no respite. And I was wearing this little, it was cute. I'll send you the pictures. I was wearing this cute little, but I was burning. I might be Nigerian, but this skin is very British, okay? My skin was burning. I was very shattered.
Yeah, Feyisola got a scalp burn.
I got scalp burn. Oh my gosh. I'm the worst Nigerian, but yeah, I got scalp burn. It wasn't fun. It actually was a lot of fun, but
yeah. Well, what was your highlight of the trip?
That obviously. No, my highlight. Oh, I'm sorry. I love Sicily, was amazing with you guys. But I think it has to be Paris.
Fuck off.
I started from Paris and I went to Sicily because I'm that girl and I'm checking. And I went to a festival called We Love Green. This isn't normal for me, but I was a guest of the Gorillas. Oh, man. So one of my good friends, her partner's one of the Gorillas, and they were like, oh, like come and see it, you'll have a great time. London show's gonna be really busy. Why don't you come to Paris? And we're like, yeah, fuck it, why not? I've never been around so many talented people in my entire life, and having so lacking of talent and any charisma, uniqueness, nerve or talent. It was something, but they're too cool. They're too cool. They're too cool. Like the Gorillas are the Gorillas. Fun. We all know like how amazing they are. But it was the best live show of my entire life. But it was amazing. Like it was such a good show. The people were vibey. I met Little Sims.
Oh, that's fun. That is so cool. That is so cool.
And like all the other, the Gorillas, you were also great. But like Little Sims. Oh, I know. It was amazing. It was amazing. And then Sicily, like I've just had a great time. Manchester was amazing. We were in Manchester a few days ago. We're doing a bit of recording for Manchester Village Pride, which is August Bank Holiday weekend. And we are two of your hosts.
We are hosting. I'm so excited.
Same.
3 hours on the main stage.
Live.
I'm actually shitting it. Yeah, no edits.
I think that's the bit that scares me the most.
Yeah.
Because, hello.
Because I'm shook. I mean, I'm so excited. I think it's so cool. I've only ever been to London Prides. So the idea of going to a different Pride and also getting to host it as well. Yeah. It'd just be so fun. And also the people organising it. Love them. Love them. Amazing. And just like the idea of like, it's also Manchester Village Pride this year is run by the community. Yeah. So I think there's just something so special about that. Like it's going to be amazing. And yeah, it
feels really special. And like, you know, like it's just all about joy this year and trying to bring about joy because we're seeing so much stripped away, especially with local councils. So to have a council, without sound like broken record, but to see a local council really backing a pride, oh, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful and it's so special. And I think so many other councils can learn from Manchester. Saying no names, but
that's all we're gonna
St.
say.
Helens.
Something about books.
Something about books. Something
books
about
being banned.
Absolutely ridiculous, but yeah, it was really special.
Yeah,
and to see the beacon of hope in person. I'm gonna cry because I'm really broken, guys. But like to see the beacon of hope in person, it just felt really special.
No, I agree. It was really beautiful, and I want to just double back on that actually because I realize not a lot of people might know about the books banning. So. Essentially, some UK councils have come out with some pretty harrowing rules around books and libraries in the UK. So I've got notes in front of me just so I don't get this wrong. But essentially, in terms of public library and council policies, several local authorities have implemented policy changes regarding LGBTQ+ materials. So in Staffordshire, the county council stated it will not feature LGBT+ pride displays in libraries, although it confirmed the books themselves remain available to loan. Essex and Warwickshire, Reform UK-led councils have paused the promotion of LGBT+ events and specific themes on public channels, essentially stating that libraries should focus on generally on reading without highlighting specific groups.
Yes, which I found quite funny because they mentioned in terms of education, it's mentioned science and everything else. And it's like, when you truly look back at history, especially Manchester's we said it in Manchester's a very important place to mention this about Alan Turing.
Mm. Alan Turing. No, I just agree.
I was like, one of the greatest minds in the UK. Sorry, historically, obviously, he's no longer with us. I do know that. But one of Beautif's most brilliant of minds, and a big part of his mind was not big part of it. He was a homosexual. Don't know why I said it like that.
He was homosexual. Even then, that felt a bit weird.
He was homosexual. Oh, reform! You've ruined me.
He was gay.
He was gay. He was a gay, and that was a big part of the work he did and everything that he was and everything that he. And you can't rewrite history just because you don't like how it comes across. Stop doing that. I said it in a comment the other day. Like, you rewriting history, it doesn't change the facts. You're going to take away these books. They're going to find a way to read them. I really hope they do. Like, any young person who feels that they don't have access to this, like, please find a way legally. Yeah.
Well, that brings us into our next topic, doesn't it? We're talking about access and we're talking about community.
Yeah.
And that's something that might be on the threat with the next thing we're about to talk about. So, the UK government are banning social media for under 16s. Feyisola, how do you feel about this?
I've had multiple thoughts on this. So it's actually funny because this was one of the questions we got when we debated in Big Brother auditions. Because obviously it's been a topic for some time. And I was actually on the side of, I think, it should be banned. And this is coming from a place of not long before this. My nephew's 9 and a boy in his school who's black was racially abused online. And these are 9 and 10-year-olds, okay? And some of the stuff that they said to him, if an adult said it to me, you
fill in the blanks. We don't want.
They called him,
we're not going to get arrested.
Okay, no. They called him the N-word. They cussed him out his name. Go back to your country.
And these were under 9-year-olds.
These are children. So that was happening. There's a lot of, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, if they weren't online, But then the thing with that is, if they weren't online, they're still going to say it. They're going to say it in person. They're going to find a way. And it's not online that is the reason that they've. Maybe it is online because a lot of them were playing. What's his game?
Fortnite.
Thank you.
Was that correct? What was this?
That's what
What's this like?
No, I'm sorry.
Hawaiian
Fortnite.
dancing?
You know what? Thank you.
I've never played it.
Because they do.
No.
That's where they got the dance. Loser. A lot of them playing Fortnite, and that's where the teachers believe they found it. But realistically, and we're seeing it a lot more now, a lot of these parents are Facebook mums. A lot of these parents are the ones in the comments on Restore and Reform and are saying, go back to where you come from. And they're probably repeating this at home. The internet is not the thing that is impacting these people.
Yeah.
Phobes are going to be phobes. Bigots are going to be bigots. The internet is not the thing that is going to... It's the thing that definitely spreads it, as in you could see it a lot more. But you saying an under 16 is not going to see it. When they turn 17, what happens then?
Exactly.
You're going to just switch.
Exactly.
Flick a switch and all of a sudden, like... What are you expecting to happen?
It's going to be like, it kind of reminds me of, so I hope my mum doesn't mind me saying this. So my mum's always been of the opinion, and she got this from my dadu, her dad, which was essentially like giving kids a little bit of alcohol when they're younger, just a little bit to normalize it.
Yeah, 100%.
Is sometimes even better because... and I can say this from personal experience at university, and this is why I actually do agree with this philosophy. My friends who had never touched alcohol before and suddenly were allowed to touch alcohol at university were the maddest ones. They did the maddest shit because they had no sense of control. It was like just releasing...
A beast.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, they just didn't know what to do with themselves, and they were the maddest ones.
100%.
Me, however, like, yes, my first year, I liked a good drink, but like, I actually never... had a messy night at university. And by messy night, I mean, we've all had to take friends home. Okay. We've all had to do it. I've never been the friend who has to be carried home. Have I thrown up at uni? Yeah, I have. But I could always control myself in those situations. Always make sure I got myself home. And I do think part of that is because actually I was given alcohol from a relatively young age, but just little bits. No, little bits here and there. No, it wasn't fucking vodka. Like, it was like a bit of wine. So my mum did give me ouzo, like a sip of ouzo.
We got gin a few times.
But like, yeah.
Sorry, Papa.
But like, you know, so I do see that. Now, my whole stance on this ban is, well, I have a few. I have notes. So I completely understand the concerns.
Same.
I completely understand the concerns, and I do believe that action needs to be taken.
100%.
I mean, screen times have gotten out of control, and the algorithms are insane. And yet, Feyisola is hiding because in our last episode, we looked at everyone in the room screen times, and Feyisola's was, what was it, 10 hours?
Guess what, it was 9.
between 9 and 10.
Yeah.
It was between 9 and 10. It was leaning towards 10 if I remember correctly. Mine was 6. And bear in mind, I'm a content creator. Like I have a problem as it is, right? And I'm online a lot for work, for everything. The fact that yours is 3 hours more is crazy.
Stuff online.
What are you doing online? Yeah, what are you doing online?
Excuse me, it's really hard to see porn nowadays, so not that again. Joking.
She's definitely, I mean, the fact that Feyisola doom scrolls is part of the reason we have stuff to talk about in this podcast, so I can't complain.
In my opinion, this might be my unpopular opinion, I might be a conspiracy theorist, but I don't think it's about the children, because I think if it was about the children, they would put actual regulations in to moderate all these big tech firms that are pushing out these dangerous algorithms and these really obsessive and addictive algorithms. They will do something to monitor that. Instead, they're saying, "Oh no, under 16s, fuck off." That's not. You're putting a plaster on a. You're putting a plaster on a stab wound.
Yeah.
Because you're not helping the issue. If you actually regulate all this stuff, then yes, that would probably. If I'm a child, if I was under 16, and I would find a way. Trust me, I'd find a way. We found a way with alcohol. We found a way with everything else. You're going to find a way to get online. Completely. And you're just going to find it in a more dangerous way. It's going to be VPNs. It's going to be blacklist. What's this one like? Dark web. Thank you. You're blacklist. Blacklist. You're going to find a dark web. People are going to find a way. But not only that.
Did you call it the black internet before?
I have called it the black internet. Now, that was a hate crime against my people. I'm sorry. Okay.
The black internet.
The black internet. I meant to say the dark web. But what is like? People are going to find a way.
When we ban things, underground networks and dangerous means always come about. Always. It's literally like, to be fair, you've actually gone over pretty much all my points already. No, you're so fine. Like, exactly. Like, I completely agree with you. For example, like, I don't know what you were like when you were in your teens, but like for me, if you told me I couldn't do something, I was finding a way. Smoking, alcohol, pirating films. We've all done it. No one can judge me. You will find a way. If you're told you can't do something, you want to do it, you'll find a way.
And harder.
Exactly.
Like, I'll double down. I can't have a smoke. Oh, I have two.
And like, these kids are addicts.
I don't think you do two internets, but they are addicts. They actually are addicts. Like the young queen who they spoke to on I think it was the BBC, and they said, "Love her." She looked them dead. They said, "What are you going to do now? You're not on the internet." She said, "Stare at the walls." And I said, "Yeah, I feel you." Because what did they expect her to say?
Yeah. That's so true.
Go and play outside. Go and do the stuff. It's so fucking expensive. Are you increasing people's salaries? The parents who are trying to pay for these activities, are you increasing their living?
Feyisola, get out of my head and my notes.
Oh, sorry. But like, if you're not making
everything I've written down.
This was not even my idea. It was my good sis Bukayo. No, that's not her name, so I'm thinking of football. My good sis Busayo twins. She made a really valid point. Like, what are you actually doing to improve the lives of the parents?
Exactly.
Because if not, so they're just going to sit at home and watch face. Everyone's just going to be looking at each other. No, it's not as safe as it was to go outside and play as it used to be.
Because my second point was going to be, what about community, right? Because are we then going to be investing, and let's be honest, we're not, 100%. Because we're not on the government side. Are we now going to be investing in community, into resources, into other alternatives for these kids to be doing? Probably not. No,
they just want us to watch face.
Yeah.
And like, it used to, like, it takes a village, and it used to take a village. If I was on road for too long, my neighbor, when I came into my estate, the auntie on the corner, she'll be saying, "I know your mum wanted you back about an hour ago." Then she's already told me off. Then the auntie that's there, she's told me off. Before I even got up the stairs, I've been told off about 5 times. That doesn't happen anymore. And it's a lot, like, gentrification, obviously a big part of that. But also so many other things. You can't, it doesn't happen in the way that it used to. And like, I know the government, in their really idealistic way, they think that it's going to change their lives. Their lives are going to be better. How? Sestama. I'm even pissed off. Sestama. How is it going to improve people's lives? Like, what are you actually talking about? What in your stupid head? How is it going to improve people's lives? Because all the internet is, yes, the internet is a big bad place. We've seen it more than a lot of people. The internet is a really scary place, but it's not the only scary place. Like,
no, completely.
People's homes are really scary places. People's like schools are really scary places. Libraries are really scary places. The road is really scary places. We need to regulate it. We need to actually improve it.
You could actually argue, and we were talking to Stuart about this earlier, Stuart, who runs the podcast. Hello. Shout out Stuart. He has a daughter who's 14, right? 14 and a half. But like, she has now at this point figured out how to deal with social media.
100%.
You're now going to strip that away from her, and then suddenly, so all of those like things she's put in place, and all those like tools she's probably built up mentally to like deal with those things is now going to be taken away, and then suddenly at 16 again she's going to be exposed to it again. Now, probably not for her, because actually it's coming in spring 2027, but like it is. She'll have like a 6-month gap. Even then, like stuff like that, I actually think is arguably a bit more careless, because like, are we now going to be filtering them in at 16, or they're just going to be off you go?
No,
go on. Like,
I've got a point, okay? And this might be veering on conspiracy theory. I think it is actually, but I don't care. I think this is a way for the government. Oh my gosh, I'm a tinfoil person. This is a way for the government to regulate us and get us all on digital ID. Now, let me land. They're saying, how are you going to make it that young people can't go online? Well, obviously, you're going to have to use some sort of ID or some sort of like credit card to get online. You can suck your mum. I am not going to give you more of my information to get on social media. I'm not that much of a beg to be. Do you want me to give me all my digital ID or some sort of digital ID just to get on social media?
Yeah.
Have a fucking laugh, mate. Have a fucking laugh.
It does feel...
It feels very Black Mirror. Like, I don't like it. I'm not buying it. I don't think it was ever about the children, if I'm honest. I think it was just a way of them to push out digital IDs. Conspiracy theory.
But you know what? Like, no, I do think in part it was about the kids. But I also think... I think that you're right. I'm scared about this digital ID stuff, and I do think it's a way to kind of getting everyone to conform to it. And lastly, I also think it's just a way of avoiding... Essentially, Keir Starmer and the government are scared of the tech bros. They are. And instead of like essentially dealing with the people who have put the problem there in the first place and these highly addictive algorithms, you pass the buck onto the kids. And like, although I do, again, like I think we all agree that something does need to be done about social media. Social media is highly addictive and what some kids are exposed to is fucked. But the way you're going about it, I do not think that you have the best interests at heart. And I don't think you've thought about it enough. In a sense that I think you've just added this, like you said, it's like adding a fucking Ben 10 plaster on a stab wound. Like, I don't know, you never said Ben 10, but that's
Ben 10, I love Ben 10 plaster. It's like Ben 10.
But yeah, it is. I do think that. I agree.
I do. I just think, and I just want everyone to understand, because I think we both agree on this. We understand there's a problem. We understand that social media has a really big problem and it's a very dangerous place. But this is not how you solve the problem. And another thing I'd say is there's a lot of people who find their community, rightfully or wrongfully, online. And I'm now really worried for those people who, and I'm not talking incels, please, okay? Incels.
Strip that community
touch
away.
grass, okay? Go outside and touch grass. But for the, genuinely, like, let's say you're a Black child in the middle of nowhere and you've never seen a Black child before. Representation does matter. And sometimes the only way you can find, what hair care is the girl from, I don't know, South London where there's loads of Black people. What hair care is she using? Okay, this is what she's doing for her hair. I can't get that in my small village, but now I know that I can get it online. Like, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of like makeup. If you're if you're a young queer boy who, and I'm not just young, but and I'm giving examples. If you're a young queer boy who wants to, experiment with your makeup, for instance, and the only place you can find that is social media because no one in your village understands that, and you're having to hide a big part of yourself in your bedroom, and online is where you feel really safe. Like, what happens to those people? Not everyone is going on there trying to, like, I don't know, do weirdo shit. Some people are on social media just trying to find their people and finding belonging. One of my, this is real like cringe, but one of my best friends, like, I'm going to his wedding in September. I met him when I was 15 online, and I don't know, and I don't know what I'd do. He listens to this, and fuck you, Collar, you're a waste man. But I don't know what I'd do without him in my life. Like, genuinely, I don't know. Some of my, as I say, my best friend, met online.
Wow.
And like, I don't know where I would be if I was part of this ban. I honestly don't know where I'd be, because I found so much of my community. Some of the people I dated a couple of people via social media as well. So that's a whole other thing. But
could have done without that, though.
I could have probably done without them. They've really held my life. But like, I don't know where I would be personally. This ban would have fucked me over. As like a 15-year-old, 14-year-old girl who was going through some stuff that I just didn't understand, and I was confused and I was questioning so much of my life and my identity. I don't know where I'd be without social media, genuinely. And that was only when it was coming up. It was all brand new. And a lot of mine was just like YouTube and Habbo Hotel. But
Habbo Hotel.
I know.
Oh my God.
And Bebo and MySpace.
No, but Habbo Hotel was actually cursed.
Yeah, Habbo Hotel, maybe that one should be, that should have been. Habbo Hotel was weird.
That was pervy as hell.
Like there's people that are dead through natural causes, like who were on Habbo Hotel acting to be 15-year-olds back then. But those platforms, I don't know where I'd be without them, genuinely. Like some of my best, closest friends were from social media.
Yeah.
And I know that's the same for a lot of people, not even just my age, for a lot of people that are 10 years, 20 years younger than 10 years, 20 years younger than me. That is the reality for them. A lot of the people that they're finding community in is online, especially when you're in a little small town and someone's calling you the N-word and the only place you can find community is online.
Yeah, exactly. And like, I'm sorry to always bring back to the trans community, but everything you just said, like, I'm thinking right now, if I didn't have access to social media and the only things you would see about the trans community is negative, if I was a trans kid and I didn't get to see, because I get a lot of I'm not able to see the analytics of my audience that are under 18 because and rightfully so, the apps ban that. But I know that like there might be a few people that follow creators like me, right, and they get to see trans joy, and for them that's very important, because otherwise you only see the headlines, you only see the AHRC guidance, you only see the Supreme Court ruling. That's just scary. Like, that's, the idea that that's the only thing you're going to be exposed to.
It is scary. And like, I know we're the Woke Hotline, we can't not talk about politics, but I think I told you about this, a girl messaged me the other day, and all fairness, she's just over the ban. But I think she said she was 17, and I'm not going to say your name. I've spoken about her a couple of times now, but she came at me. She was like, why do you hate right-wingers so much? And I was like, first of all, what? And I don't normally open my DMs to nonsense, so don't try and DM me because a lot of the stuff I just ignore. But for some reason, I don't know, that day I had a lot of time. I said, something just told me, open this message. So I opened her message and we had a really good conversation where I sent her a lot of, because I said, it's not people shouldn't be the mouthpiece all the time. Sometimes it should be resources. And I sent her a lot of resources and she was like, look, I'm from a really sheltered background where no one has given me any information. Both my parents are going to vote reform. This was before the election. Both my parents are going to vote reform. And all they give me is clip notes about reform and that sort of stuff. And like, I just think gay people, like she was saying a lot of weird stuff about like gay people and stuff. And that's the reality for a lot of people. Now she's a bit older, but let's say, and she had access to the internet. She had access to all these resources. Let's put the child who is removed from the internet between 12 and 15, who does not have access to their own finding out all this resource, they're going to be worse than that girl.
But something that you've just said reminds me of the fact that 16-year-olds will be allowed to vote in the next general election. So, like, you might just get access to the internet and in the next week be allowed to vote. Like, that means that, and right-wingers love to complain about, like, you're just voting the way your parents are voting. Well, this is going to make that even worse. 100%. You're only going to be voting, let's be honest, the way that the environment around you votes. Unless you, I don't know, are in that small percentage that rebel against their environment. But let's be honest, like the majority of people are just going to be voting the way that their parents vote. Because
yes, there's incels online. Yes, there's a lot of nonsense. And there's some really dangerous deep fakes and all this stuff. But there's also a lot of good resource on social media. And I think in the last local election, especially, I saw that there was a lot of parties. I personally think all parties, the only one's Lib Dem, bless you, but all parties apart from Lib Dem were really using social media because they're understanding that social media is, you have to meet people where they're at, don't you? Yeah. And so, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the fix is, but it's not what they did.
So yeah, because I was about to ask, and there are probably people listening saying, okay, so both of you have said that you agree with the premise, but you don't agree with the action that's being taken. So how do you think they should address this?
Start taxing these tech bros for every single time they go again. Like, a lot of what they're doing is grey area in terms of legality. Start taxing them. Not taxing them. What do you do? Start fining them. Start fining these tech bros. The fact that Grok, I think it's called Grok for Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. The fact that he said, "Oh, sorry, just going to put it behind a paywall." Nah, mate. That shit is weird.
The same Grok that
Grok
said,
is weird.
Yeah, that Grok is the same Grok that said like nice things about Hitler. Yeah. Crazy.
Grok is wild.
Grok
and the fact
wild.
that you can make like explicit images of children via Grok. What the actual fuck?
That's fucked.
It is fucked to say I'm just putting it behind a paywall. But because we've got nothing, like, you're not protecting children by removing them off X. You're not like.
I completely agree with you. I think we got, like I said, we're going off the wrong people. We need to start taxing them. Yeah, we also need to.
What would you say?
Well, we need to essentially go after the algorithm.
Yeah.
I think that, if anything, maybe even an algorithm-free social media for under 16s.
I like that.
Or something that's like just a lot more watered down. And again, start taxing or banning or whatever companies that are not adhering to this. You need to have people, like, there are so, like, we're talking about employability in this country. Good job roles that we could have open are people who are going through and checking these algorithms conform to what we need in terms of, like, for example, for 16-year-olds. Yeah, are you good with tech? You can't even turn on a TV.
Can you not say this,
you're
please?
You're not getting hired.
But you raise a really valid point, because obviously when Instagram first started, I don't know if you remember it, but you could only really see, you could only see people that you followed.
Yeah.
Why don't we bring that back?
Why don't we bring that back?
Instead of you throwing this algorithm at them, they can only see people that they follow. And they can only see certain, like, for us, the adults, same way like YouTube, if you're a content creator, you have to say, this is not fit for children.
Yeah.
They should have that.
Yeah.
It's really easy to regulate all this stuff without having to get digital ID, useless somebodies. I'm just so angry. When I saw it, I said, no. I'd come off it. But I've got a little fact from Australia, because obviously this is all started, Australia started the ban first in December. So 61% of children aged between 12 and 15 who had social media before still have access to social media.
How many percent?
61%.
61%.
61%.
How do they still have access?
I'm not asking them questions because have fun, go crazy. 61% they still have access.
That's crazy.
If a child's going to find a way, they're going to find a way. They're going to find a way. Like, yeah, I'm going to stop baiting myself up, but we found a way.
Yeah, fair enough.
Should we do some food?
Let's do some food. Yeah. Okay, right. I need to grab.
If you're new here, the premise of our podcast is I cook and Zelah brings drink.
And vibes.
And vibes, apparently. Now, I said, you know what?
No. Wait, she missed out a bit.
What did I miss?
Budget.
Oh, sorry. You lovely people at home, you pick from a budget of basic, luxury, or economy. Now, I've been on holiday. I'm sorry, babes. I let my hair down, figuratively, not literally, because I've got none. And I just did not do anything. I said, fuck the podcast. Fuck everything. If you have me on social media, you know this. I did a video on Monday and I was like, I was meant to be doing something for the podcast. And I remembered I was meant to shave my hair. And then, the video was meant to be, I was meant to be putting up what the fucking budget was.
Oh, so we've winged it this week.
We've winged it. We've got no budget. But also, I'm tired. I'm broken. I'm sad. I'm weak.
Okay, so I'm scared as to what's been provided.
And Zelah said he wanted to be healthy. So I listened to that and I said, fuck your health. And I brought him a pack of cookies. So you get 2 each.
This is bad friendship right here.
I know. But I was going to put it on a plate and be like, I baked it. And then I said, you know what? We're not even lying. And it was behind the England
your
flag.
Friends should support your friends should support
I've
your
never
dreams.
actually held one of these.
Have you not?
No.
Right, this is going to be
My hands
clipped.
are shaking. But
someone clip
never
that.
held one. Stuart made the joke that he got it from a pole outside, and I found that hilarious.
A lamppost.
A lamppost outside. I said that was fucking hilarious. I'm gonna use your joke and keep that.
No,
yeah,
I love that.
I hid it behind because it's the World Cup, so I hid it behind a flag.
Okay. She bought cookies.
I bought cookies.
Okay, Stuart, do you want some cookies?
Yay! Sorry, I'll be back to cooking next week. I'm back.
You're so fine. To be
and
fair,
I'm gonna. Sorry,
the macros aren't too bad.
Someone's gonna. If you didn't hear that, Zelah just said the macros aren't too bad.
I will. Right. Well.
What am I drinking?
It's very much in theme. It's very much in theme. Not with the topics, just with the fact we've been on holiday. So, obviously, because we've been in Italy.
We have been in Italy.
Obviously, what is more Italian than bringing some Aperol?
Hey.
However,
I
obviously got this out of my cupboard because, as you can see, how little is left.
You know what? You're forgiven.
Blame my girlfriend for that. But I didn't have the Prosecco and the sparkling water to make a spritz. So instead, I've done something which is probably quite blasphemous and quite brave for a man who's dating an Italian woman. So, Francesco, if you see this, amore mio, non hai visto questo.
Oui.
That means you didn't see this. So, appetizer.
You know what? I'm for this.
I was looking in the cupboard and I was like, that could vibe.
It sounds stupid, but yeah, let's try it.
Aperol spritz and appetizer.
It's got...
Yeah?
Yeah.
I have no idea how this is going to taste. Right, tell your story.
Okay, so I was invited on a trip. So I've been...
Oh.
This is a...
Oh my God, Fair Shola had a holiday romance, guys. Oh my God, that should have been your highlight.
Try it.
No? Bad?
Let me have another one.
Do you need more appetizer?
It's not the worst thing.
It's not what you want to hear.
It's very sweet. So I had a holiday romance on holiday, which is where you have a holiday romance. Yeah.
No shit.
I had a bit of a holiday romance.
Guys, you have no idea how hard it is to wingman Fair Shola.
Absolute bullshit.
I was on my hands and knees. I actually deserve an award.
We do not kink shame.
For this. I have never grafted so much in my life for someone that I wasn't hooking up with. Like,
this wasn't my fault.
Do you want to give the context?
I'll give context. This doesn't put... Okay, so for context, I had just been shut down. I thought I had a bit of an easy in. Okay? Mm-hmm. And so I was like... Then I got shut down and I was like...
By someone else.
And I was like, sorry. I think I did this face. I was like, I know I'm that girl. Like, today's not a good example of that, but like I was looking fire. The titties were sitting right. The hair was slicked back. The tan... I'm an idiot. The tan was tanned. I was at that point in the tan where it was so glowy. I was so glistening. It was giving goddess, okay? The nails were fleek. No, I looked good. No one can tell me nothing. For anyone who's got me on Instagram, I was wearing the green outfit. You're welcome. I looked good. They were sitting, okay? Now, this guy, and I know, I'm sorry I betrayed myself and everyone else. He was giving, am I lying?
He was giving the vibes.
He had his arm around my waist. He kept buying me drinks. And maybe I'm just a thirsty whore. But I was like, if you buy me drinks, that's like, that's what you're saying, right? So like, I thought maybe this was an in. Maybe, no, I can't say that because just in case mum listens. But I was like, maybe not him alone. Maybe. I'm joking. No, but I was like, maybe this was a bit of an in. And I just thought it'd be easy. Like, you've given me the clues. So then I was a bit little forward and he just completely shut me down.
Yes.
And I was like, so you're shutting me down. You are shutting me down.
Yeah.
So now I was in my feelings a little bit because I was a bit like, this is really embarrassing for all involved because I don't even want you. Not even a little bit. The Aperols were Aperoling. I was just feeling like maybe I'm her again.
And then we're walking down the street to another bar. And this Sicilian goddess, I'm going to call her, I love her. I think I'm in love.
I think she's in love with you, but that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, girlfriends love me. But anyway, so we're like walking down the street. This girl, I don't even remember. Did she come up to me or you first?
She came up to you first.
She came up to me and she was like, your friend. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah.
Twins.
And at this point, I'm like, right, Feyisola, not only does she need a confidence boost, this woman...
Which I never need.
Big upgrade from the other guy. So I go over to you. I remember I was telling you like she likes you and you were like, yeah, like she's cute, but I'm just like, you were in your little feelings.
I was in my feelings. I was like, I can't have another shutdown again because this was someone who was actually on my level now. If she shut me down...
You'd be out of there. But
I would have booked a flight.
But you told me you were into her.
Yeah.
And I was trying to convince this girl you were into her because from your body language, this girl was like, I don't think she's into it.
But also, I wish we recorded this because it's a good example for the Facebook mums. I just can't flirt with people I like. The reason I could flirt with Zelah in the house, Big Brother house, was because I was sorry, babes, but you're just not my guy. Like, I'm not attracted to Zelah. That's why I could flirt with, like, you're my mate. I can't flirt with people I'm actually attracted to.
I know that now. I fucking know that now. So... Not only does this girl like feel like, I think she starts to feel rejected. So I'm like, no, come in. I buy her a drink to like get her to stick around. Like, I'm like trying to bring you in. You go off with Tasia. I'm like, fucking hell. Eventually,
because Tasia was giving me the talk. Tasia was like, snap out of it. Like, snap out of it. No. Like,
yeah, thank God for that because I was, this whole time, I'm left entertaining this girl who's interested in my friend. I'm trying to convince her. And also bear in mind, I'm having to like explain, like, why is this grown man so invested in a lesbian relationship? At this point, I out myself. I'm like, look, I used to be a lesbian. I used to be one of you.
I was like, Zelah, I don't think she knows you're trans.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
Yeah. And I'm like doing this in broken,
I'm
doing this in broken Italian, by the way. Like I'm talking like a toddler. And then eventually this girl goes, and I'm like, oh, fuck's sake, Feyisola, you fumbled the bag, but I get it.
And then,
whatever. And then she appears 5 minutes later with a rose, like one of those roses you get off the women off the street who are like selling them, and gives it to Feyisola. And I'm like, oh my God, she's the one. She's the one.
If you're ever in doubt.
Exactly. But at this point, by the time Feyisola had finally pulled,
yes,
all of the bars and clubs had closed. It was 3 a.m. So we end up almost human traffics.
I was like, I've never been more thankful not to have hair. I was like, I'm going to be the last one trafficked here.
Yeah.
They're not going to know which category to put me in, babes. Because I
look like a twink and Tasia's 19.
And I was a 34-year-old woman. Oh, I hid the titties. I was like, no. For a moment, we don't need to be on show.
Yeah, so for context, Feyisola's woman goes, oh, like, some people just invited us to a house party. We're like, okay, cool.
In broken English.
Yeah, let's go to a house party.
So we walk
in
into
Sicily.
this house, and I kid you not, this is probably one of the nicest houses I've ever been into. On the outside.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
it was like this beautiful block and it looks like it was very Sicilian. Then we opened the door and it was that lovely marbled floor. We were like, okay, this is giving. Then we opened the door The kitchen, the best way I can describe it, it was a
basement.
Basement butchers.
Yeah. It was giving butchers. Like we walked into what essentially looked like a butcher's. And you walk around the corner and it's this like scarce like flat with like all glass windows. Yeah. However, there was no furniture.
No furniture.
Except a foosball table in the middle.
Yeah. It was a win.
But yeah, that was a wild time. But anyway, yeah, that's a little insight into our trip to Sicily.
And that was actually the story I was going to tell.
Oh, fair. But I'm sorry, I actually deserve a fucking award for that. Because like, I bought her drinks, I was talking out my ass, I was trying to speak a whole different language.
Grow up. That's what I do, I just can't flirt. I'm trying. No, that was not the story I was going to tell. I met Zelah yesterday and I was like, Zelah, should I go to Mauritius, yes or no?
Oh. Are we opening this poll? Are we bringing this to the podcast? By the time
this comes out, my flights would need to be booked.
Okay.
So we might have to put this out early. The poll.
Should Feyisola
go to Mauritius? Now, I will be telling you on the next podcast if I go to Mauritius. Long story short, I'm in love.
This is a different person, by the way. This is not the holiday romance. Feyisola has lesbianed, I would say, because like she has not had a first date with this person.
No.
And she's considering going to Mauritius.
Yeah. So they're in Mauritius for work and they were like, come, like I've got a hotel room. If you want, I can get you another hotel room. Like it's fine. But like, come.
They offered to get you another hotel room.
Yeah.
You better hop and skip and jump on that plane. I might be a bad friend for this, but I'm all for my friends doing things for the plot.
In all fairness, we have mutual friends. Like I know this person in person. Yeah. I've met them in person. We got a mutual friend. They've been vouched for.
Yeah.
Should I go to Mauritius?
Do it. Should she go to Mauritius?
Should I go to Mauritius? No, First date to Mauritius.
Yeah.
First date.
You can't say no to that.
Right?
Fantastic.
What universe would you say no to?
My thing is, remember I've changed now. I pay for things. And so like, sorry.
But you're going to pay for a flight, obviously.
Yeah, but like.
It'd be crazy if she paid for your flight.
They.
Okay, sorry. It'd be crazy if they paid for your flight.
Don't know what's going on. So I met them at my friend's party in January and I was like feeling the kid. I looked across the room and I was like, okay, fine. Like you are great. And then I was introduced to like someone told me to come. Like, I'm not going to say who it is because it's proper beggy, but someone came over and was like, come over to the table. And long story short, we were both giving each other the eye, but none of us were both chickens. And then cut to me being in Paris. They'd messaged their friend had messaged my friend saying, it was very teenage. I was like, is she single? They're interested. And I was like, yes, I'm interested. And yes, I've been interested. So we've been messaging non-stop for 2 weeks. I don't even message my friends that much.
Oh, you don't.
I don't. I really don't.
And how long was this trip that you
5 days. I know.
I think, look, worst case scenario.
This is our therapy session, but there we are.
Worst case scenario, you go out to Mauritius, you two aren't vibing, you have a good holiday, and a good story, and you come home.
I'm getting married. I think this is the love of my life.
Well, there we go.
Edit that out, please.
What a good way to find out if it's the love of your life.
Like, when I say, I don't want to be too thirsty, but...
What expectations would be made of you on this trip?
Stuart just asked, what expectations will be made of you on this trip?
Stuart just asked if I'm going to lose my virginity. No expectation. Like, they're very cool and they're just like, whatever will be. Like, there's nothing. Like, if you want your own room, if you don't feel comfortable, if you want to talk before, like, whatever it is.
Look, to me, this is a win-win situation. Look, I moved in with my girlfriend after 6 months. So 6
months. Okay.
Like, and
which is like 2 years in straight relationships.
We started traveling before we started traveling. We were friends. We lesbian with our friendship. Yes, that's so true. So like, I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm an intense person. When I like people.
My thing is like, I don't like people. If I like someone, like it takes a lot for me to like a person. Yeah. And like the vibes, you know, when you meet someone, it's just like the vibe is vibe. Yeah. Like everything about them is just, they're my type of person. Yeah. And not in a friend way. Like I couldn't flirt with them, let's put it that way.
Well, you're going to have to fucking try. You're going to be 5 days with them. So.
Should I go?
Do it.
Fuck it.
Feyisola should go.
By the time this podcast is out, I might be at the airport. We'll see. I think we might be putting up a poll.
Should Feyisola fly to Mauritius for a first date? For a first date.
Crazy. And this is crazy as well because they're a very private person and I'm just putting them on blast and I'm like, You know I've got a podcast. This is on you.
Okay, well.
Okay, see ya.
Well, let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think.
Fantastic. Last bit.
Subway takes.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
So, I think most people now know what Subway takes is, or tube takes.
Do you want to give us a bit of a background into why it became popular recently?
Oh, well, I know it's been popular for a while, but recently it's been on blast a little bit. Or in particular, J-Lo has been on blast because her Subway take was that she believes in order to be a New Yorker, you have to be born in New York. And a lot of people
What does that sound like?
What does that sound like?
It's giving reform and restoring Trump.
Slightly. I can't really speak to like New Yorkers' attitudes. I've only been to New York once and whatever. But like, I thought like the rule was like 10 years.
Yeah.
It was like 10 years and you're a New Yorker.
I say less. I say less for London.
Like 5 years.
My thing about London is, and this is an unpopular opinion, if you make London your home and you embrace London,
yeah,
you could be here a day. I don't give a flying fuck.
Yeah.
You could be literally here just for a little holiday. But if you embrace like the feel of London,
yeah,
I'm cool with you. But yeah, I think it is like 10 years for New York.
I'm all for not gatekeeping culture.
100%.
Like if you move to New York and you live in New York and you embrace New York, like you're a New Yorker. You're a New Yorker now. My girlfriend's been here for what? How long has she lived in London for? 3 years?
Yeah.
So she's a Londoner. She is a Londoner. I mean, she's an Italian at heart, born and raised, whatever, but like she's very much a Londoner.
Maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London tan.
So what is your Subway take?
So my Subway take, and it's in the same family as J-Lo.
Uh-oh.
I know. I know. Is this where I get cancelled, babes? But maybe it's because I'm a Londoner that I love London tan. But my thing is people who use London as a playground. Let me explain.
What do you mean by that?
People come to London. They have their fun in London. You can say they take our jobs. No, they take our people. They date in London. And they're like, I'll never settle in London. No. I'll buy in London because that's where the house prices are high. Then I can sell it for more money and make more money. Then I'm going to go to the home counties where it's safe. And I'm going to raise my children in the home counties and da-da-da. But they never have any intention to like settle and truly embrace London. My Subway take, I'm like, not for me.
Not for you.
London's not your playground. And I'm not saying you can't have a time in London and it could just be like, this is a time and a place and it wasn't for me and I grew out of it. But it's the people who are so heavy on, how can you raise your children in London? Ugh, London? You can't settle in London. I'm like, fuck off.
Because I agree with it if it's a money thing. I'm like, fair enough.
Honey,
like,
if it's a money thing, if it's a money thing, you're like, you can get property elsewhere for cheaper.
Yeah.
You're not the people I'm talking to. I'm talking about the people who milk London for everything they can get from it. They use it as a literal playground. They date Londoners. This might be personal. They date Londoners. They're like, oh, but my plan is always to settle back up north. So if you can't move up north, real story, then you're not for me. And it's like, but you met me here. You met London here.
Yeah.
Why is it your playground? You're going to have your fun with it. You're going to fuck around and find out. And then as soon as, in your opinion, things get serious, you're like, nope. I want to go back. It's not for me. It's just not for me. And it's like, London, maybe it's because, maybe gentrification as well, because a lot of these people, they're buying properties in beautiful, beautiful places that I would love to be able to afford. And I can never, because you're taking the houses from the people who are like, you're pushing out the people who made London what it was, who made these lovely communities what it was. And you're like, it's just for like 2 years and then I'm going to sell it because I'm going to make more money and then move up north. And it's like, you have that intention anyway. Just buy up north.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying...
There's plenty of other cities for you to enjoy.
There's plenty of other cities to enjoy. And it's like...
community's important.
Community's really important. And I think, thank you, you're making it less J-Lo. My thing is community's really important. And I think community is what makes London so special and why this is our home and why we love it so much. It's the community. Communities make London amazing. But we're kicking out people who are true community members of society for people who are using it as a very temporary fix to fill a hole for them. Just for them to, they know they're never going to settle here. Yeah. And they're very vocal about it. At least do it quite quietly. I mean, for the people who are raising their children here, me, Sir Nicholas the Cat, it's very like, I'm like, okay, calm down. There's people who are actually raised here and they love it. Like,
it reminds me of, so when I worked in a tech firm and I had, like, there were lots of like Essex boys around me who come to London for work. Yeah. They'd take certain substances, cheat on their wives, and then take the last train home or the early morning train home to
London's too
suburb.
fun. London's just a bit of fun. It's like, no. Don't come here and ruin our lives. Fuck off. Like,
it reminds me of that a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
So fine, I can see.
It's our home, it's our community, and I think a lot of people forget that when they talk about London or when they discuss London, especially you flag bearers. You keep coming here for your protests. No, they're not protests. For your hate marches. Fuck off. We're Londoners. We're happy. We're really happy. And I think a lot of you don't understand because it's a lot of you home counties that are really ruining it for the rest of us. We love being in London. We're really happy. We love how multicultural and diverse London is. I'm very happy. No, we love how multicultural London is. We love it. Everything about London is beautiful and special and everything else. We understand what makes London. If you're coming here just for your hate march, you might not understand it. But that's on you, babes.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, I get
that's
the
my
take.
subway take.
At first, I was a bit like, I'm not sure. It was a bit J-Lo at the beginning. But now I understand.
It's just, for me, my subway take is, and this is for anywhere, make it a community. Oh my gosh, am I a restorer?
Maybe.
Oh my gosh, do I vote restore?
Feyisola is a restore voter.
Oh my gosh, I'm a restore voter. No, I'm joking. My thing is do whatever the fuck you want, speak whatever language you want, but just, you know what I mean? Like, just do whatever you want, but just make us, like, just do it here. Stay, please stay. Okay. I'm Mauritius. Yeah, that's mine. What's your subway take, Zelah?
Okay, so my subway take is, if you are a fan of a sport and you gatekeep said sport, you're not a real fan.
Oh, why?
So I'm seeing a lot recently with certain sports. I mean, it's always been a thing. No, actually.
Oh.
But I think
F1.
Yeah. So it's always been a thing where with sports, like the oldies or the traditional fans, when new fans come in, I see that they're rolling their eyes, they're getting very just defensive and of like name like 3 positions. And it's like, that stuff just winds me up.
Doggy.
Especially, and I'm like, and talking as someone who in the past year, I have become obsessed with Formula One. I am obsessed with it. I'm accidentally obsessed with it. And look, no one is more disappointed with me than me. Because growing up, Formula One was the reason that I could never watch TV on the weekends because my dad and my brother would be hogging it. And it's just that noise. And I'm like, why the fuck are you watching these cars go around a track 54,000 times? I was like, I didn't get it. I'm obsessed. I'm absolutely obsessed. But in the Formula One community, I'm seeing it a lot. Where especially there's been a new like surgence of women like interested in Formula One. And a lot of the like male fans are just like, oh, they're only interested in it because they just find them fit. So what if they find them fit? Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris, they are fit individuals. Like they are, fair enough. You can both find the players fit and also like enjoy the sport. And that's absolutely okay. You know what that does? It brings more funding for your sport. It brings more money in, it brings more attention. It's fun. And it means that when you got like, I went to a pub the other day to watch the, I wouldn't say the game, it's not a game. I went to a pub the other day to watch the race. There were loads of people in that, and I've never had that experience before because, again, like growing up, never really been that much into a sport to watch. So, like, it's just, it's good to, like, you should be embracing more people to come to your sport. If you like your sport, you should want people to be involved. My girlfriend has started watching Formula One and started following all the meme pages just so she can catch up with me, just so we can have something to talk about. I love that. I'm like, yeah, watch that with me. Don't look too closely though, because they're very fucking attractive. But yeah, no, I like that. Yeah, and I just think that we should be embracing people. If you love something, you should be wanting other people to take it up. You shouldn't be gatekeeping it. Yeah.
Am I gatekeeping London?
Maybe a little bit. No, you're not. You're doing the opposite. You're telling people to
I'm saying
love
come.
Yeah,
love
yeah.
us. Stay.
Yeah.
No, I like that. That's a good one. That is a really good one. Because you do see it in football as well. It's like, but name 3 players and their centre. Like, fuck off. Just fuck off, mate.
Yeah, just get a grip.
Get a fucking grip. Because you watch men running in tiny shorts. Why can't we join you?
Yeah, and that's another thing, right? And that's another thing I mentioned.
That was to you, Stuart.
Yeah. And that's another thing, right?
I'll come.
And I mentioned how people are like, oh, the women are just watching Formula 1 because they're interested in the players. And you're telling me that some of these football hooligans that are crying over grown men in tiny little shorts don't fancy them? That's what I'm saying.
I've heard how some of you talk about Saka, and I'm like, okay, I get it. Handsome Nigerian boy, but
chill out.
Chill. Okay?
So bad.
I was going to say in Yoruba, but you won't understand, but chill a bit, you know? But yeah, people are weird.
People are weird. I think so I can't speak for football, but I can imagine it happens in football too. The Formula One thing, I think, is more sexism. It's just a lot of like women are getting into it, and they're like, oh, they just like, that's just annoying. With football, I can imagine like there's probably that too, I guess, like, of course. But like for a lot of people, especially with football, they've watched that since they were very young. Formula One is a newer sport in that sense. Yes, it's been around since the 50s, but it's like massive increases come, especially since Drive to Survive on Netflix. Like that's come in the last like 8 years, I want to say. Like that's suddenly why you're seeing this massive spike now. Football has always been like, it's an English sport, especially like you see it everywhere. So we were thinking, as both of us are massive football experts, we would come up with a prediction for the World Cup. And I mean, personally, I'm going in blind because I haven't watched any of the games yet. I'll probably watch the England one tonight, but I'm not a football fan. I do watch the World Cup and the Euros, but that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go in blind. But we thought we'd come up with a prediction. Yeah. So the winner gets to pick all the topics for the next podcast. This will be after the World Cup, so it's probably the first episode of our next season. And the loser has to cook and bring the drink. Why are you pointing at me? This is like, we're really acting like, I'm going to be surprised if either of us gets this right. This will be crazy. But my prediction is France.
Oh my gosh, I'm so shocked. This is brand new information. I can't decide between Argentina or Spain.
I mean...
Okay, Germany. My prediction. My personal prediction is Germany.
And by the way, I know you haven't looked at anything then, because didn't Spain draw with Cape Verde the other day? So you were going to pick them to win?
No.
She's right. You got Germany.
I'm going to go for Germany.
And between us, if we add England in there, we've got World War II.
Hey,
so that's the end of episode 11.
Episode 11.
It's been a little bit chaotic.
We don't have many left of the series. We've got 3 left until we go away on our holidays.
Yeah, not together this time.
Thank
God.
No.
I'm kidding.
As I said on the YouTube, I'll be stuck in bed. Zela's going away.
I will. But we're going to have a few changes for season 2. But stick around for that.
Like, comment, subscribe, follow. Tell your mums, tell your dads, tell your grands, tell your sisters, tell your brothers, tell your everyone.
If you've liked us, we've been Zelah and Feyisola. And if you haven't liked us, we've been Feyisola's holiday romance. But I do love her.
The first or second.